Yes. Okay. Hey guys, give me just a minute. I'm having to redo this video. It didn't work out the way I wanted it. All right. Okay, I'm up. How's everybody doing today? It's been a long, hot day here for me today. Had a lot going on. I tell you what, I swapped my chat on my monitor from the left side, or from the right side to the left side. I like it a lot better. I don't have to look around the camera.
Question.
Yes.
How do we know if there's anybody left in the old waiting room? I don't want to leave anybody behind.
I don't know.
I don't know either. If any of you guys can see anybody that's left in the old waiting room, would y'all please usher them over here? I'm not really sure how to do that.
I don't know. But anyway, today we're going to build a hammer, or a little pecker. So I'll start out on the lathe. I'm going to turn the camera down where you guys can see. We'll start out on the lathe with this bar stock. I've already marked a couple of important things on there I need to keep in mind. The taper is going to be on this end. The knurl for the handle for your hand is going to be on this end. And I'll be using this piece of brass. This is the last bit of brass that I have left over from Lamb and Katrina's guitar slides that I built in that video. So I left this alone. So in the end of things, what we'll end up doing, this center part will be the center part of the hammer head. And as luck would have it, I've already got another hammerhead that I made quite some time back. It's just not the right diameter, but it is the same size thread that I'll be using. So it will go on this end, and then I'll make this part out of brass for this end. But I'll have to leave it long, and you'll see why later on. If I remember, I'll point that out whenever we're over on the lathe.
Do I need to go on Discord and tell them a different stream, or
Yeah.
is what you posted the correct one?
Now go in there and
Okay.
post a new link, because there may be people that aren't there. So I'm gonna take just a second and go over the chat and see who all's here. I've got my air conditioner on. I hope that's not bothering you guys. Let me know if it's too loud and I'll turn it down. So who we got? We got Katrina, Mark Hodgson, Mezes, Swanjan, ICNK, CNK Simon. Hey Simon. Hi Sherry Lynn. There's quite a few people here. Carl H, how you doing, buddy? Alrighty then, let me get a drink and we'll get started.
Kevin Godding just showed up.
How you doing, Kevin Godding? It's good to see you, buddy.
Oh, tell Katrina thank you. She left a message on the old stream. to, try to get people to come over to the new one since we had trouble.
Okay. All right, I'll take everybody for a little trip. So here. Alrighty. Alright, so I got the part in there and the 3-gel chuck. Right now I'm just setting up to cut the taper on it. So I'll do a couple little tests here to make sure everything's going to work right.
While Captain is setting up, I will ask Simon, because I saw what he said. Simon, I suspected that with the accent over your last E, so is it Foray? Am I saying it right? Simon Foray?
I thought it was Farid.
Based on what he said, I'm guessing he's going to get me straightened out on it.
All right.
And Charlie is here. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie. Alright guys, I hope this ain't too loud for you, but I've got everything chucked up. I'm going to start out with a center drill so I can put the live center in it. Shit, I was afraid of that. Alright, we won't be using the live center.
Uh-oh.
I'll just have to cut it slower to keep it from chattering.
Jimmy Riddle Show is here.
Hey Jimmy, we're just getting started, buddy. So obviously I don't want to run this bit into the chuck, turning this taper. So what I'm doing is just setting up to see how much travel I have. All right, I think that'll work. All right, here we go. Alright, I need to take a measurement. My ultimate goal is to get this down to 750 thousandths. And I'm 145, so I'm roughly 90 thousandths off.
And Kat wants to know if that's aluminum you're working with.
That is aluminum, Kat.
And let me know when I can read out something Simon said.
Go ahead.
Simon said, isn't that funny? Simon. He is asking if there's ever been any bad disasters in the shop, like leaving a chuck key in or putting a nail in your foot or...
Yes.
I didn't want to go in, I knew the answer, but I didn't want to go into it. I thought you could explain.
Okay, so these are what are called parallel bars, okay? And a lot of times I'll be working on a small part that just will barely fit in the chuck. So what I have to do is set these in so that I have a shoulder on the top and bottom to put the part in. And then I clamp it down and take these out. It's very important that you take these out. You guys can't see it, but there's a hole in the wall on the other side of me where I turned the machine on and it slung one of these out and hit the wall. So yeah, that was pretty catastrophic. I had a lot of nice things to say that day.
And Simon is talking about he had a bad run-in with a miter saw.
Oh, that sounds bad.
He narrowly escaped a problem.
Yeah, a miter saw will definitely do it.
Jimmy Riddle says that he forgot to take the chuck key out of his drill and it hit him in the leg. Ouch.
It's painful. All right, guys, we'll continue on. Okay, that's 754. So we'll take off the 4 more thousandths. Bingo. Three-quarters of an inch, 750 thousandths. The reason I'm doing that is you'll see on the hammerhead, whenever I bolt all this together, this recesses down in the center part of the hammerhead. So it'll make a little more sense later on. Now I'll deburr it with some emery paper and go ahead and drill and tap this hole. This end will be done. We'll flip it over and we'll do the knurl.
May not be able to stay. He's having more phone problems.
That's okay. I've been having phone problems all day, C&K. I know how you feel. The original stream that I'd scheduled, when I went back into it today to try to make the stream go live, it, I don't know, I did something wrong. I don't know. It wouldn't show up in my little calendar on YouTube Studio. So I had to start this stream over. I'm still working on computers and all of that crap out here in the shop, so hopefully soon we'll get it figured out.
Sherry Lynn says she saw the magic ingredient. Were you using sex butter?
I was.
Good one, Sherry. Good one.
All right, I put a little chamfer on it. This makes it a lot easier to get the tap started. And I will say this for Carl. No, I will not be power tapping. I will start the tap and then I'll finish it by hand over on the bench.
Well, aren't you jealous of Mark Hodgkin today? He's off. He's off work and he's chilling with us.
That's awesome. Let me take this post off. That'll make it easier for you guys to see. That's a good start. All right, we'll take a trip. Seems like the last time I did this, I broke the damn tap off. Hey, David Mead, how are you?
Oh, yeah, David's here.
I tell you what, it's amazing what that lubricant does. It's actually called tap magic. I thought it was funny to call it sex butter.
Yeah.
All right, that's the bottom of the hole just about. This is the bolt we'll be using to bolt the center part of the hammer up. Go ahead and run it down in there just to make sure there's no burrs or anything I need to deal with.
Jimmy Riddle's giving you a funny face on the sex butter. He likes that.
Yeah.
Simon just said, would you rather use sex butter or butt sexer? I don't even
I'll stick to sex butter.
I don't even know what that means, but I'm pretty sure it's not good.
Right.
Oh, that's funny. Oh. Katrina gets detention. She says, Captain's little Pecker had a good oiling. Sorry, couldn't resist.
It did.
I'll put myself in the naughty corner.
It did.
Oh, that's funny. Oh.
All right, we're going to go ahead and center drill the very bottom of the hammer because I'm going to have it extended out quite a bit to do the knurling, which is what we're going to do next. So I'll go ahead and drill that and get the live center in it. I think while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and round over this end.
Hi, David Meek. David saying hi to me. Hi, David. And Siberian Gal Pal just got here.
Hi, Siberian Gal Pal. How are you? I hope everything's going good today. Alright, square this up on the chuck. Now what I'm using now is just a little round over bit. It's it'll put a round on this edge here, a radius if you will. Speed that up a little bit. And after I knurl that, I'll probably have to come back and clean that up a little bit, but it's no big deal.
David Meek thought that you said hurling.
No, knurl, K-N-E-R-L, knurl.
Simon put it in, he knows about it. I think maybe he just didn't hear what you said, but I told him, no, not yet. No hurling just yet.
Yeah, so what we got this tool right here. It's got these little wheels on it. If you noticed, the teeth are one way on this tooth and the other way on that one. So they create a hex pattern, if you will. Kind of like what's on the drill chuck. That pattern's what I'm about to put into the hammer. And this little tool is what I used to do it. There's no way I'm lucky enough for this to be centered already. So, and for those wondering, that was a 1.5 degree taper that I put on the part. If anybody's curious. Don't know if I can get off the road.
David Meek says to put a hex on it, Captain.
All right, we can do that.
And Joe Clark is here. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. What's up, buddy? Alright, I think I got it set up. I'm wondering if that wouldn't be better on this side. I'll take you guys around the other side. I think. Oh, this piece of shit. There it goes.
Joe's asking what you're making.
We're making a little pecker. Or soft blow hammer, if you will. I don't know if the crosshatch is going to show up that well, but I figured it'd be better to have the camera on that side. You can kind of see what's going on a little better. Anyway, let's give it a shot. Alright, it looks like it's cutting pretty good. I'll go ahead and set the depth on it and make a run across. This takes a little while. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. It's
Let me
nice
know
and
if
sharp.
you have time for a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Simon asks, is this the piece you tapered before? Did you put the tool at the same angle?
Yes. That is the same. This is the same part that I did the taper on. But the knurling tool, I have to center the knurling tool to get both teeth cutting at the same time to get this nice crosshatch pattern. I'm fixing to blow it off with some cleaner and then see if I can zoom in so you can see the pattern it left. I really hope that's not real loud, you guys. I apologize if it is. So,
Trina told me earlier it was okay.
can you guys see that pattern? Yeah, it looks pretty good. Shit. All right, that's what we're going for. So now I'll take the cut-off tool and make a couple little cuts in it just to dress it up. Probably making everybody sick moving this around.
Sherry Lynn was just telling me I'm doing a really bang-up, awesome job on the camera.
Good.
I'm not doing the camera.
Yeah. No, Captain's on the camera. Sorry, guys. Now what I like to do, I like to come in here where it starts and finishes and just put some decorative lines in it. And I just think it adds to it. Just my personal preference.
Wild Bill is here and wants to know what you're making.
What's going on, Bill? I'm just I'm working on a hammer. I'm getting a lot of chatter out of this tool for some reason. Real sure why. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. You guys happy with that? I'm happy with that.
You're getting a lot of pat on the backs and attaboys.
I think that looks pretty good. Alrighty, let's see here. Alright, so I don't want to mess up the knurl, but I need to clamp onto it so I can shine the other end of it up. So, I use some paper in here to kind of protect the knurl, but still have enough to hold on to so I can polish this edge up.
Doug is here.
Hey Doug, how's it going, buddy? Okay, so here we have it so far. That's the actual handle. Alright, we'll start on the center section of the hammerhead now. And somebody's going to ask why I didn't face these off. Well, whenever I get done using stock, if I rough cut it with my bandsaw, I really try to face things off, you know, before I put it in my storage rack. That way it's ready to go for the next time. Wow, 46 minutes already. Dang. I'm missing? You're snickering about something. Somebody say something funny?
Well, somebody on this group's always saying something funny, but the funniest part is, I'm looking on your monitor, but I guess it's not showing up on the screen, but you have a text.
Oh, I have a text?
Yeah, see, do you see what it's doing?
Okay.
But it's not showing up on the screen, so
Let me get rid of that, guys.
I don't think they can see it.
They can't. Yeah. All right, I'll go tap this hole right quick, look around and do another hole.
Swanton says, please watch the chuck.
Please watch, yes, yeah, we'll watch the chucks, Wanda. I promise you.
Stig's trying to help you out.
Be watching out for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this for something I'm about to do to make it make sense. If you'll notice, there's a gap between the two parts right there. There you go, right there. Okay, so when I cut the threads on this little part, I have no way of, I don't have a cutoff tool small enough to relieve the very last thread that doesn't cut all the way. So what I have to do is put the part back in the chuck, and I'll take just the next size up drill bit and just cut out a couple of threads so it fits better. Now it should screw in all the way flush. That's what we want. And it does. All right, we'll spin it around, do the same thing to the other side. Who is?
Yep.
Hey, Eb.
Hey,
How
yep.
you doing, bud? Good to see you. How's things going? All right, I'll take this over to the vise, tap this hole, and we'll move on to the brass piece.
Yeah,
That's right, he was here at the beginning.
Carl was here from the beginning.
So Carl, I think I got my slitting saw issue fixed. I made that bushing for it and made a cut. It sounds like most of all the teeth are hitting at the same time, but it's just like my gear cutting tools. I can clearly tell all teeth aren't cutting. I think they're stair cut.
Thinks you may have to make Marky D a new bike.
I may have to. It sounds like he's having trouble. All right, we'll put this to the side right now and we'll do the brass piece. Let's screw it together so I don't lose the part. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here and go 3/4 of an inch off the end down to 370 thousandths, and then I'll run a die across it to put the threads on.
Carl says that it may not have been completely concentric.
It probably wasn't, Johnny.
When the teeth were ground, I don't know, but I know you know what he means.
It probably was. We'll just speed this bad boy up. Gotta do some math. Hang on. 1 1/4 inches. So 1.250 minus 0.370 equals. All right, 880 thousandths. What's got to come off of that? quick.
Chris R. is here.
Who?
Chris R.
Hey, Chris R. How you doing?
And Jimmy says that the metal cutting lathe is fascinating to watch. This is so funny. Several people are saying this. Katrina and Eve also, they like the noise. Eve says don't turn it off. It's like, you know what ASMR is? The tunes, the music or whatever, the noises.
Right.
What people use to fall asleep.
Yeah.
He said it's good for that. He said don't turn the machine off.
I gotta turn it back on, so here we go.
Okay. $38,000. Just checking the DRO against the micrometer. I had 38 thousandths to go, so I cut 28 just to see how accurate it would be. So I'm shooting for 370. You guys see that? That's how accurate that DRO is. If the measurement's correct, then I'll put a chamfer on it and we'll run the die across it. Lammy is here.
Lammy! Hey, Lammy! What the hell does that do? On the money.
What'd you say, on the money?
On the money.
Oh, that's always good when you say that. Swanton says 370. Bingo.
Yep. That's the money shot we were looking for. probably hear my dog trying to break into the shop in the background. He's not spoilt or anything.
I have nothing to do with that.
Okay, the way the tap is, or the die is made, it's kind of a taper where it starts, so if you flip it over, you can get a good bottom out of it. And that helps with some of that relief that I had to use that drill bit for a while ago. Alright, let's see if it fits. Alright, I can see I gotta cut a little bit of it off. I didn't tap deep enough for that. Okay, I bet that'll go on now. Yes, it will. All right. I told you guys before, I left the brass long for a reason. And here's the reason. What I want to do, I want to shave the entire workpiece down to one size, because this is larger, this isn't perfect, so I want to make it all one size. Alright, so I've touched off on the aluminum. I'm going to go ahead and make a pass all the way across it.
Jeremiah Hussey is here.
Hey, Jeremiah. I think he works out with me.
He says, careful, bud, that's a lot of stock out.
It,
Light cuts.
it is, and we are taking light cuts. All right, glad you came along, Jeremy. Let's go ahead and make a round over on the Dell run in. That'll do. Okay guys, I got to go in the other room and set up the bandsaw and cut this. So I'm not going to bore you with that, but it'll take me about 5 minutes, but I'll come back in here while the saw's going and I'll catch up with the chat. I'll be right back.
That means you need me to get out of the way. Okay. Hang on. You're interrupting my little chair seat. Okay. Well, I'll just put my stuff over here then. Hi, everybody. Jeremy says, yes, he worked with you at Karen's, but he moved to Shell. He's the guy with his hat backwards,
Yes,
he says.
ask him if he has a shaper. Well, he can
Ask him, baby.
Jeremy, you've got the shaper, right? I can't remember. I think you do.
Hey, guys. I waved at the camera. Everybody's saying hi.
All right. Let me move.
Nice to see you guys, too. Yes, sir. I have the Atlas Shaper, Jeremy
I
says.
thought so. I knew. I apologize. I recognized the last name, but I couldn't remember your first name. I thought so. Yeah. How you doing, Jeremy? I'm glad you came along. I'm building a little brass hammer. I had some people request that I built another one of those. It's just a dead blow hammer, and you know what those are for. But anyway, so I'm an hour and 15 into this. All I lack is doing the machine work on the center section. I've already put all three pieces together, so I'll put it in the vise, we'll drill some holes, and then I'll assemble the hammer, and hopefully it turns out okay. But right now I got the little bandsaw going, it's cutting that piece, and I had a little bit of time, so I thought I'd come in here and check on you guys, see how y'all were doing.
And a quick roll tide to Sherry Lynn, because I saw that she said roll tide. Hey, roll tide, sister.
Roll tide. All right, I'll go check on this man. So.
Okay. I'll hold the fort. Lammy. Lammy, you are full of funny stuff, sugar. You're full of funny stuff. That's hilarious. Swanjan, tip-top show so far. Thank you, honey. Thank you very much. Captain will be right back, guys. He's just checking on the bandsaw in there, I think.
All right. I'll tell you what, guys, that new bandsaw I got, I can't believe how accurate it is. You can look at this cut. You can look at that cut. That's a perfect all the way around cut. It really cut straight. So I'm gonna put it in lathe right quick And actually, I'm gonna measure it, put it in lathe, trim that off, and then we'll go to the mill. So give me just a minute.
Katrina says, excellent stuff, Captain. Gonna be a beautiful little pecker, she says.
It is. That's what I'm shooting for.
She's a mess. I love her. She's a mess.
All right, right to that line. All right, guys, I'm not gonna bother turning the camera because this isn't gonna take but just a second. I'll be right back.
Yes, Simon is right. If we hear screams, we know it didn't go well.
Right.
Right.
There's no screaming on my videos. No screaming on my live stream.
Okay. Carl H says, just remember, it's not the size of your
That's right.
of your pecker that matters. It's the way you use it that counts. Carl, that's a good one. Simon's cracking me up too. Woo, we got funny jokes going, Captain.
Alright. Damn, camera keeps kicking off. Alright, guys, there it is. That's the center section. All done up. So, I'll take it over to the mill machine, find centers on it. We'll drill a hole for the bolt and put it all together and see how it works out.
Getting out the way.
I'll take you guys with me in the... Actually, let me turn you around. Alright, I hope you can see that good, guys. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is obviously find center of the workpiece. We use the little wobbly tool for that. I'll touch off here, here, figure out how big that is, divide it in two, that's the center, and then we'll do the same here and here.
Simon is impressed with all of your tools and machinery.
Thanks, Simon. I bet Carl's done this a couple of times.
I bet Carl could come in and give a class.
Probably could. Probably better than mine. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it very well, but whenever this touches off on this edge, you'll see the whole thing shift, and that's what tells me I'm on the edge. Alright, so there it went. It shifted over, so that tells me that's the edge. what I need to do is come up, zero the DRO, and go 100 thousandths, because the part, or the tool that I'm using, is 200 thousandths thick. Alright, that's zeroed right on this edge right here. Now I'll shoot across and do the same thing with the other side and divide it by 2. Yeah, you can see pretty good. That you can tell that's centered right there. So the total travel of that is 1 inch, 242 thousandths. And that's from this edge to this edge. So we'll divide that in half. 621 thousandths. Zero the DRO. $621 thousandths, and you can tell that even looks centered. All right, I'm gonna lock the table so I don't inadvertently move it back and forth. We'll do the same thing on the other 2 ends. All right, there's zero on that. We'll go to all the way to the end. All right, total travel on that axis is 4 inches, 624. So 4.624 divided by 2 equals 2 inches, 312 thousandths. I'll zero that out. Okay, 2 inch, 312 thousandths. I'll lock the table, and that's dead center of the part. All right, next thing we're going to do is drill through it for the bolt hole. Actually, I'm going to double check that. Yeah, right on the money. I forgot the sex butter.
Don't forget the sex butter. The sex butter.
Jeremy's probably thinking, what the hell is sex butter?
Yeah, he doesn't know that show.
Yeah.
You have to tell him. Amy says, woohoo, sex butter.
I like to start out with a pilot hole. It just makes it a little easier when you're drilling this size drill bit. I really like these keyless chucks, but as they get age on them, sometimes they want to slip and act up. But anyway, so what I'm doing, I'm working this part from the bottom up because I need this countersink to go in here for the hammer handle ledge that I put in there that was right at, what did I say, 3/4? Yeah. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'll just center it with the drill here in a minute. I'll go ahead and countersink this.
Jeremy is saying he watched the gear cutting video
Oh yeah, I think I remember seeing him in there.
and he had to look it up.
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah, I had a good time doing the gear. I like that.
You happy with it?
I am.
Good.
All right, we'll take it out. I'll just use the drill to I'll use the drill bit to center this back up. Well, I'll get some comments on that, I'm sure.
What do you mean? Lammy said earlier that you need to put on some slow jazz when you're penetrating with the sex.
I do, I know, right?
Oh, Dutchman's here.
Good. How you doing, Dutchman? All right, guys, we're gonna have to take the drill chuck out and put a collet in for the 3/4 inch end mill. Won't be but a second.
You need me to do anything for you? wants to know, how do you like the keyless chuck?
I like the keyless chuck, but after a little bit of using it, especially if you get a bit that spins in it, it kind of wants to bind up and doesn't want to stay tight. All in all, I stick with them though because they're so easy and quick over a regular Jacobs chuck. Yeah, when this one wears out, I'll get another one. I like the keyless chucks. I'm digging that. Got my DRO zeroed, so I'll move it to the side and check the fitment of the handle. Perfect. That's what we were shooting for. All right, guys, I'm going to take you for a ride. We're going back to the table and we'll assemble the actually, no, I want to drill a hole in it for a lanyard. Yeah, no, I don't. Not on this one, I don't. I can always do it later if I choose to.
Jeremy wants to know, how deep is the counter bore?
It's right at 3/16. Ah, crap. Oh, that was stupid. I clamped the damn camera to where I couldn't see myself. There we go. Ah! Woohoo!
Back in action.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna lower the camera down to my hands where you can see what I'm doing. So, here's the handle part, and here's a little recess that me and Jeremy were just talking about, and it's roughly 3/16 from the very top here down to the bottom of the cut there. And the reason I do that, I like for the hammer, get close enough where you can see this. That won't zoom in. You might can see that little ledge that's on the handle right there, and I like for that ledge to fit like a ball and socket right there onto the top part of the hammer. It does. I'm happy with it. So I'm hoping I got the right length screw. If not, I'll have to either shorten it or lengthen it. I'm not sure, but we'll see here in just a second. Wouldn't you know it?
Too short?
Too long.
Uh-oh.
No biggie. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Carl says grind a few threads off.
I just went and got a shorter bolt.
Oh, you cheated.
I cheated. I like this one better anyway. This is usually where something like that happens, and instead of going and doing the right thing and cutting it down, I reach and I grab a metric bolt versus a standard bolt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little Pecker. How do you like that? It's got brass on this end. It's got Delrin on this end. And the way I made these, I can take these off as they get damaged and replace them. And I really like the knurl. It's not too rough. Fits my hand pretty good. But at any rate, I hope you guys liked it. Liked the video there. It was kind of fun building that. And thank you, Carl H., for recommending this, because man, I was having machinist block. I could not think of anything to build. And then when you mentioned the little hammer, I thought, hey man, yeah, I've got all the material to build that with. That'd be a fun project. I've done a couple of them. And I thought about something today, that the hammer that I built you, Carl, you could always take and take the top part off, drill and tap, and make some of these little pucks just like I've got. I think it'd fit your hammer just fine. I don't know why I didn't do that when I made that one. Huh. Anyway.
Are you able to follow the chat now, babe?
Yeah. Hang on, let me go. For some reason, I'm not seeing the chat on my phone.
Here, do you want to use mine?
No, I got it. Okay. Now I got the check. Yep, Pecker's in hand.
Yeah. Our budget. He's acting out with Katrina. I think she got it started.
I see that. Where's your no-count brother at? Is he not here? He's still at work probably, isn't he?
Well, he may be working on that bike.
Yeah.
He's having so much problems.
Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate it. Had the breast in. Good idea.
Jeremy says, beautiful job, bud.
Thanks, Jeremy. So you're out at Shell now. I hate that. I enjoyed talking with you every day. But you got to do what you got to do. I understand.
C&K and Swangen are both telling you that you did a wonderful job.
Thank you, C&K. Thank you, Swangen.
Check out Bill's question if you can see it.
It is, Bill. I tell you what. Let me find something. All right, Bill. So here's the reason that we use these soft hammers in the machine shop. So let's just say that I built this part. It's a conical part that goes to my lathe. It's part of my C5 collet setup. And if I need to put it like down in the vise, I never would want to hammer on it with a hard hammer. So to seat it down in the vise properly, I just take and tap it with the soft blow hammer. It doesn't do any damage to the workpiece. And that's the sole purpose of having a soft blow hammer. And, you know, aluminum, stuff like that, I'd use the Delrin in, but if I got into steel or something, I need to give it a little bit more of a whack. You know, I'd go ahead and hit it with the brass end of the hammer. So that's actually what that's for.
Dutchman asked you to be specific about what this material was on the white end.
Okay. That is a food grade hard plastic. They call it Delrin. It's used in the food industry a lot. It's used in farm equipment as well, and it's used on machinery. It's just a really nice slick surface that doesn't require a lot of lubrication. It doesn't bind. It cuts. The machine's great. The only thing I don't like about machining Delrin is as you're cutting, it doesn't make chips. So the minute you start cutting, it's one continuous chip that wads up and gets into everything. Kind of messy, but it's really easy to use.
Did you see that Sherry Lynn knew what it was? Good job,
Yeah.
Sherry. She put it in there. And Lammy has a question.
What's up, Lammy? Any issues with Galvano acrylic? No. It gets used so much around the shop. It gets so much oils and all of that stuff on it. No, corrosion's never a problem with that.
Oh, great guitar picks. Lammy says the Delrin.
Yes, they are. You can buy it in sheet form, about the thickness of that. The aluminum one that I made you can buy Delrin and that thin of a sheet, and then cut it out. It works real good.
Jeremy says something there.
Jeremy, you got a 10-inch table. If you could think of a project, you're welcome. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I may look you up on that. My rotary is on my my indexing head, and it's only a 5-inch rotary. So if I come up with something big, man, I may hit you up for that. I appreciate that.
Your UK sister is up to it again.
Under your Pecker rig. Girl, you are a mess.
She
I
is
tell
a
you what.
mess, I tell you. We love her.
Love you, Katrina.
Mark Hodgins says oiled.
Yeah, it stays pretty oily in the shop. Everything, you can see my hands just from tonight are pretty oily. And I keep a rag with me as much as I can, but you know, it's the last thing I want to do around the mill or the lathe is have a rag or anything like that get caught up in the machinery.
We love you too,
So
Kat.
I'm going to go over something right quick with Carl if you're still here. So this is the mandrel for the sledding saw. And obviously it was made to fit up to a 1-inch hole, and it does. The problem is the bushing they send with it does not. So I made this bushing out of aluminum. So you can see this part goes down inside of the mandrel, and then it's got a ledge that the slitting saw fits on quite tightly, and then I made this cap that squeezes it down and tightens it up. And I used it the other day, and it's cutting way much better. I would say 90% of the teeth are engaging now, whereas before it wasn't half. So anyway,
I know the chat's already gone, so you can look at mine. Simon's asking you this, but I'm not even sure what that word is.
no, I don't know what that is. I watch a lot of other machinist videos, some guys in the UK, and they say, I say metal chips, and a lot of them say swarf. If that's what you're talking about, Simon.
Mark.
Mark's here.
No.
What?
I can't stop laughing.
You wouldn't? No, you definitely wouldn't want to do that, Mark. I plugged my phone in for the battery.
Mark Hodgins got me tickled now.
That's funny. Holy moly, my phone was about to go dead. Top of the build comment. That's a good idea.
Sherry actually said that earlier, but you were busy and I couldn't talk to you then.
I can't right now because I don't have my computer and all set up out here that I'm desperately working on. But I'll do something like that. I think it'd be pretty fun.
It's a decreasing
Okay,
hand
it's an
cleaner.
industrial hand cleaner. Okay. Right, we have something like that. It's called Lava. That's what they call it over here. There's several different brands.
Yeah,
but,
there's several actually. Yeah.
I think Gojo makes some. Lava makes it. I don't know who all makes it, but it's really good stuff.
There was one you had for a while in the utility room that I know you liked because it cut the grease so well, but it stunk like, I mean,
Oh yeah,
bad.
I used to use that when I was in the automotive paint
Ooh.
industry. It smells terrible.
It does. Does that mean your hands get smaller? Kat's doing her normal cat
Yeah, I
cut
see
up.
that.
We better do a couple of quick
All
shout
right,
outs.
yep, guys. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been on here for an hour and something.
Yeah,
So
they've been patient with us. We kept them longer than we promised, I
yeah,
think.
this little project went a little bit longer than I normally have done, but I guess that's okay. You guys are still here, but anyway, I've got a note.
Where's your cheat sheets?
I don't know.
I got a couple.
Oh, okay.
We want to say, I know he'll probably watch the replay. We want to say a happy late birthday to Bob in UK because
Yep.
we totally missed his birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob.
And today, she didn't make it, but she might watch the replay. It's Lori Van Hoosier's birthday today.
Yep, Swanton, we hope you get better.
Yes. And I wanted to thank Carl for being here to back us up in case we run into any big
Yeah.
problems. Carl knows a
Yeah,
lot
appreciate that,
about this
Carl.
stuff. He does.
I was going to say another thing. If you guys that are real good at all this technical stuff, setting up cameras and computers, and I'm absolutely clueless. I'm on my phone. I don't really know what computer to get. I talked to Lammy and I talked to Mark the other day, and they kind of helping me out. But I'd just be interested to know, you guys got my email. Shoot me an email or put in the comments just recommendations of cameras and software and all that kind of stuff. I'd really like to hear it from you guys. But let me go over this note real quick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with you guys. And but before I do, I want to give some shout outs. I want to shout out to Lammy. He's on Mondays at 1900 UK time. For us is 1300. And Jimmy Riddle is on Tuesdays at 1900. Again, it's 1300 United States time. Mark Dennison's on Friday and Saturday, usually around 1945 for a couple of hours. That's 145 US. There's another guy I want to give a shout out to. He's a good friend of mine. He doesn't do lives, but he does shows kind of like Charlie does, and his name is Ben Bennett. Piano Made Easy. He's a great guy. He does some really cool rockin' 80s songs. He teaches guys how to play it. He does a lot of stuff there. So you guys go check him out. I'm just reading the chat right now.
Mark Hodgkin's up to it again, but I still think Kat got him started, see.
Yeah. No, Kat wouldn't do that.
We love her.
Okay,
Y'all are
guys.
awesome.
I'm going to wrap it up
Kat, I know.
and call it a night. I'm gonna wrap it up.
When she gets me tickled, I'm sorry. Thanks everybody for being here, really. You finish it up. Love y'all.
All right, guys. I'm glad you guys came along. Hope to see you guys next week. I go tomorrow to get my eyes checked out, and I don't know when I go to have the surgery or whatever, but I'll keep you guys up on and let you know. But anyway, I guess Mark's up next. Today's Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I guess Mark will be the next guy up.
Probably Friday.
And then we'll start the rotation over again on Monday with Lammy. But anyway, guys, I hate to cut you off, but I gotta go.
Love y'all. Thank you for being
Thanks,
here.
guys. I appreciate it.